Good evening, everyone. This is Sunday, October 22nd. This is Lauren at the National Weather Service, New Orleans, Baton Rouge. Just a quick video here talking about some of the weather impacts we have tonight and over the next couple days. We're going to start off with the one thing that everybody's talking about, smoke. You guys are smelling it. You guys are seeing it. We're getting questions about it. We do have a couple fires in the area that we know about, mostly the one in New Orleans East and Lafitte, and that is spreading some smoke over the area. Right at what I have here is just weather.gov/LIX or weather.gov/New Orleans. This graphic is showing that we have a dense fog advisory for most of southeast Louisiana and coastal Mississippi. This is a combination of the smoke and the conditions that create fog. And when you put those two together, there's a much higher chance of dangerous dense fog. So those of you who are getting out in the morning, make sure you leave extra time to get to work or get to where you need to be. Use your low beams and make sure you leave extra room between you and the car in front of you. Now, we still have elevated fire danger as well. That's not over. We still have burn bans in effect for almost the entire area. And even though it's not super windy, it will be here in the next couple days, but these dry conditions will still make outdoor fires spread pretty rapidly. So just want to remind everybody of that. I'm going to show this graphic right here, actually this model. This is one of our weather models. People have been seeing this kind of all over the place. It shows the smoke density. You can see the little colors down here in Louisiana. Now remember, this is a model. It's not perfect. It may be picking up little areas of smoke that aren't actually smoke. But if you kind of take a look down here around New Orleans, Jefferson area, and I'm going to press play, and you can kind of see where that smoke is dispersing up north into the North Shore and then even over here into the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Now I'm going to go back one time step here so you can get a little bit of a longer loop. Let's go back to the front, and you can see it here. It's going north, spreading north and east, and eventually it starts to disperse by tomorrow morning. And that's why we have the dense fog advisory going into effect from 3 a.m. to 10 a.m. So just a cool little schematic there. We can also look at the winds over the next few hours. You can see how they're very, very, very light, very variable, which is why you're probably smelling smoke all over the place. Generally a southwest wind, sometimes southeast. And then as we get into next week, you'll see that wind start to increase. So just two quick other topics here. If you guys are looking for rain, if you go to the Climate Prediction Center, they've got 6 to 10, 8 to 14 day, 1 month, 3 month outlooks. So looking at the 6 to 10, we're still pretty close to near normal on rainfall. So doesn't have a big signal if we're going to get a lot of rain, but above normal on temperatures. But as we start to get into the 8 to 14 and the 1 month, we are starting to see some signals for increased rainfall. And if you guys forgot that hurricane season is still happening, we do have a little area down here with a 60% chance of formation. So still pretty far away. We're not seeing any impacts right now in the local area, but just a reminder, hurricane season is not done. Lastly, I'm going to come back to our weather.gov page and do a little point and click here so you can see the 7-day forecast. This is just the New Orleans area. As you can see, no rain in the forecast. We have highs in the lower 80s almost the entire time, lows in the mid to upper 60s. And you can start to see as we go into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, that wind's going to start to increase, and that will help you mix the smoke out a little bit more and mix the fog out. If we come up here a little bit farther north, no major changes here. Maybe a little bit warmer highs in the mid to upper 80s and lows still in the 60s with that wind starting to increase. Well, that's all I have for you. If you guys have any questions, let us know.